and we are back with another video. What's up, you guys? My name is Francleia B, and this is a safe space for us to always create what we want. Hello, my master manifestors. Welcome, my new master manifestors, and the ones that have been rocking with me. Thank you, my love. So I just wanted to come on here and share a success story. I've had like some success stories in the past week. My daughter, I wanted my daughter to go to this specific private school, and in order to get into the private school you have to take an entry test. And well, let me start from the beginning. So I filled out the registration, I gave it to my mother, you know, with most of the paperwork, and you know, she misplaced the paperwork in doing her day-to-day dealings. And I remember, like, there wasn't necessarily a deadline, but common sense is telling you you need to get it in before school starts. So I was like, no, I'm gonna get it in when I get it in. And then this time I didn't have all of the paperwork, all of this stuff, because they were asking for some stuff. I'm like, what do you need that for? You don't need that. So it's like the last week before summer is ending, and Monday is school, and your girl is going on Saturday to look for school uniforms. But I wasn't worrying because I know we already had our school uniforms, we had all our school supplies, so there was no need for me to rush. And so said, so done. We got our school uniform, perfect size, all our school supplies, and the day that school started was the day I put in my registration. And mind you, I didn't even have all my paperwork, but I knew already that this is a school she was going to. So y'all could say what y'all want, but this is a school. Ooh, let's talk about entry tests. So like maybe like 3 weeks, 3 weeks before school was supposed to start, my daughter, we went and we took the entry test. I don't know if she wasn't feeling it that day. I don't know what it was. She was traveling that summer, so like school was not on her head. She was not with me, so she was just enjoying her bestest life. No schoolwork was being done. So all of that there went out of the window. And the day of the entry test, she didn't even finish the entry test. She was like, listen, here, I done did all I could, and that was it. So at the end of the test, it was like, you know, it is not looking good. And I remember the secretary saying, you know, if you guys want to come back, she can always do her entry test, blah, blah, blah. This has happened to students before, and, you know, and they ended up doing great in school. So, you know, and I was like, I'm not worried. Day of, we saw my youngest grandmother, and she was like, so, you know, what about, you know, did you guys take the entry test? I was like, no, she's going to the school. There's no reason to do that. She's going to the school. Tell me what school my daughter going to. The same school, because I just didn't have it in me. And at that time, I didn't realize that I was like actively manifesting, and it wasn't like it was a manifestation per se that I wanted, that I pinpoint. I just was frustrated to the point where I'm not going to go register to another school. I'm not getting any other uniforms. I'm not getting any other school supplies. I was just unwavering on what was. And because I was so steadfast in what I wanted, they had no other choice but to be that. Like, no other choice. And it wasn't until like that happened the day of, and I remember it was so perfect because there was so much chaos and so many things going on that when I handed in my registration to the secretary, she was like, you're handing in your registration now? But she was like, okay, just take her to the hall. They're having this, they're having that. There was just so much going on that she just had to take the paper, and it is what it is. My daughter is going to the school. And I just say that to say, like, when you are unmoving in what you already know, everyone else, everything else has to comply. Like it's not like a choice that it's given. It's like a command. Because there was not even another school I could have thought of to say, okay, well, this is going to be a runner-up if this don't work. The thought never came into my mind. Never. Never, ever, 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 ever. And this is a strict like private school. Certain shoes you're gonna be wearing. You don't wear sneakers unless it's gym day, and then it has to be a certain color. It's either black or white. So it's not, a school that you can do what you want, how you want, when you want to. But I just meant that this was the school she was going to. She was a student here. You have no choice but to accept her. So please, when we tell you from experience that you can get what you want if you just hold steadfast, if you command it, it's the truth. It really is the truth. So I just wanted to share this success story with you. It was not a coincidence. It didn't happen to be that way. I commanded it to be that way. And so it was, so it is, and so it shall be. Okay? So thank you guys so much for celebrating with me on my success story. Yay. And congratulations on all your success story. And until next time, my love, persist. Live in your end. Command it, because it is so. My master manifestors. Love you.